Would you humor me? If you knew how you were going to die. How would you live your life differently?
My name is Atriox, and I am the last face you will ever see.
Warning. 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 Pressure building in lines 4, 17, and 33. Pressure building in lines 4, 17, and 33. Pressure building in lines 4, 7. Protocol accepted. Breach detected. Breach detected. Breach detected. Breach detected. Breach detected. Breach contained. Breach contained.
Okay, Daddy's listening. Can you say hi? And show Daddy how big you are. Can you say so big? Good. And can you sing?
Mary had a
Good singing. How about I miss you
I miss you.
and I love you?
I love you, Daddy.
And good. And can you say I can't wait to see you
I
again?
can't wait to see you again.
Okay, now say bye bye.
Bye.
Signal detected. Signal detected. Tag designation. Friendly. Signal detected. Tag designation. Friendly. Signal detected. Tag designation. Friendly. Signal detected. Tag designation.
This is UNSC Pelican Echo 216. Can you hear me? This is UNS. Looks like the main power cells are fried. Auto shut down. Triggering survival mode. I'm going to try to override. Okay. If you can hear me in there, I hope you're ready. Please don't die. Please don't. Yes! 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 We're going home! Oh, welcome back, Chief. I rerouted what little power I had into your suit. I'm seeing a fault on the calibration matrix. At least I think it's a calibration matrix. Okay, follow the light. Look up. Now let's look down. That seems fine. Let's try right. And now left. Your visor feed and motor function seem to be operational. But it looks like there's a problem with the servos in your hands. Try moving it. Stay calm. You've been out there a while. I know I saw something in here to check the diagnostics on your armor. Whoa, 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 easy there, big guy. You're not...
Status report.
Status report? What? There's something you need to see, Chief. We lost. Lost everything. There's nothing left for us here. I don't even know where here is. No, 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 no. Not then. Not again. We need to run.
I need a weapon.
Weapon? This is all I've got.
It's enough.
Wait, what? What are you gonna do?
Improvise. Close the door.
Oh, the main batteries are shut down. We're stuck out here. You have one bullet against an entire army. What can you do on your own?
I told you. It's enough.
So I see. They're powering up a stasis beam. We can't escape.
You work on the batteries. I'll buy us some time.
Halo Infinite walkthrough at long last. This game has been released, at least the campaign, I think a couple of weeks ago, or at least 2 weeks ago. The multiplayer has been surprise released, and it's been a lot of fun. It's missing a lot of stuff, but hopefully they add that soon. And the campaign finally released in what I can tell all its glory today. And I guess this will actually be uploaded the day after, so for once I'll be uploading a modern game very soon to the date that it came out. I haven't done that in a while. And we're going to be playing through Halo Infinite on Legendary difficulty. So the difficulties in the Halo series have really skyrocketed. No, that's the wrong word. They've been very variable, if you know what I mean. Like, Halo 1 is pretty tough on Legendary, Halo 2 is extremely hard, but then the difficulty really kind of tanks. Like, Halo 3 is pretty easy on Legendary, ODST is extraordinarily easy, Halo 4 is probably easier, Halo 5 is pretty hard. And did I miss any? Oh, Reach. Halo Reach Legendary is pretty, I'd say, between something like Halo 5 and Halo 1? But either way, I was kind of wondering, are we going to get Halo 4 or are we going to get Halo 2 difficulty in Infinite? And it's kind of a mix of all of them. Really, when you're fighting these regular enemies on Legendary, it feels a lot like Halo 4. They just are, the enemies aren't too smart. They're pretty dumb. They're really easy to kill. Aim for the head and let your shields regenerate before you jump back into battle. You know, the same rules that apply to all Halo games. And every now and then, there's going to be a huge difficulty spike. We'll talk more about that later. So there is difficulty in this game, and there's a cutscene, so I'm going to let him talk. Oh, sorry, that's not the guy talking. There's going to be another cutscene later where a guy talks to us. So this is the first time we run into a brute in the game, and I really was concerned. Is this guy going to be super hard? No, he's not. We picked up the Mangler. So I'm going to swap weapons, and I'm going to shoot him twice in the head, and he's dead. And that's how most of those brutes are going to go down. You just take off their helmets and kill them. A lot like Halo 2.
We do not bow our heads. We do not kneel before
That hologram. It's Atriox. He led the attack on the Infinity.
together.
He was looking for something.
Lay down our lives.
He killed everyone.
I know. We met.
Atriox showed us the way. Together. We are invincible. We are.
There's a whole lot of new stuff in Infinite. We get ammo crates. The plasma weapons, they act like regular weapons. So when you run over another plasma weapon, it'll pick up the ammo and put it in your plasma weapon. You don't have to swap a 2% for a 96% anymore. And there's plasma ammo. I don't know how they're explaining this one. I mean, the consistency of weapons across the Halo series is non-existent, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. The Mangler and the assault rifle, probably the assault rifle is actually one of the better weapons this early in the game. The Needler is extremely powerful too, as you will find out if you play multiplayer, but it just doesn't hold a whole lot of ammo, but it is good for just dumping a mag into the brutes, and you'll be able to take them out real quick. There's also these like power cells laying around, and if you can get a direct hit on the enemies, it will do a lot of damage, and usually kill them. And that's where I tend to fail a little bit, so yeah, just ignore when I miss these. Dying in this game is not very punishing. There are checkpoints all over the place, and you're going to get checkpoints that are in the middle of battle. And the checkpoint system in Halo, again, has been very wonky from the series, just from the very beginning. Halo 1, if a lot of people don't even know this anymore, I don't think, but Halo 1 invented the modern checkpoint system. Before that, there really was no game that did it like Halo 1 did, even though pretty much everyone wished it did. Like, everyone wanted checkpoints to work like Halo 1. But they never, you had to enter cheat codes, or you had to repeat the whole level, you know, it was always really annoying. So anyway, Halo 1's checkpoints are still weird. Like, you'll kill every enemy and you won't get a checkpoint, and then sometimes you'll kill most enemies and you'll still get a checkpoint. So I don't know how those games determine how the checkpoints are given, and I'm not sure anyone has quite figured that out yet. I think there's a lot of guesses. I don't think there's a lot of, like, solid knowledge on that, but might be wrong. Halo 2's was especially wonky, but Halo Infinite's is so forgiving. Like, you're gonna see in the bottom left of my screen above my radar, it's gonna say checkpoint all the time. And that really just means that you might die a lot, but you're not gonna lose a whole lot of progress. And games need a fine line. There's a fine line between challenge and wasting my time. And there's also a line between just making it too easy on me. I don't know, there's a lot of times I've died in Infinite, and I just think that would not have happened in Halo 2. So any other advice I might give is be patient, and I'm going to be a little bit speedy, even though this is a 30-minute video. I'm going to try to be a little bit speedy just for the sake of time. And also pick up different weapons. Ammo doesn't seem to be too scarce. I think you'll rarely be out of ammo. So just pick up all kinds of weapons and try them out, and don't be afraid to figure out if there's one that you like more than others.
We could be the only two humans left alive out here.
Then there's still hope.
There's also going to be audio logs that we can pick up. They're similar to Intel.
Warship with your squad and get to the nearest pod, Marine. Move, move. Yes, sir. Team Taurus, rendezvous with me at Bay 18. We're heading to the surface. Acknowledged. We're on the move. The rest of you Spartans, if you're not already off the Infinity, disengage and get to the lifeboats ASAP. Wind 401, we got a lot of personnel en route to Zeta Halo. What are you seeing out there?
Vanished hardware's everywhere, in the skies and on the ground. Be ready for a rough landing.
You heard her. Stay safe. I'll see you on the ground, Spartans.
We're with you, Griffin.
Let's get it done.
So I will be picking up most audio logs that I run into. This is by no means a 100% walkthrough though. That one I didn't know because it was the first one. You just push and hold E and it'll play it, but if you just tap E, then it will just pick it up and you can listen to them all in order later, as you probably should. It makes way more sense when you do that because you're not forgetting it. There's going to be lots of weapons hidden in the corners. I don't really like the Bulldog too much, but it can be helpful against some enemies. And really, there's, like I said, there's ammo all over the place. There's not really any advice I can give on which weapons to use. I can give advice later on, and I will give advice on which weapons not to pick up. They might seem like a good idea at the time, but it's gonna be a little painful, and we'll see why in the next video. But that leads me to my next point, and that's that my computer, shockingly to me, is not quite able to run this game at a solid 60 FPS. And normally you don't really notice YouTube and processing and rendering and all that usually masks if there's a couple of frame drops. But my issue I'm having is that I end up recording these files in variable refresh rates, and if you don't know what that means, it just means that Adobe doesn't like them. That's really all you have to know. And Adobe's my editing software, of course, so I have to figure out how I can work around that before I can make more of these. This first level ran extremely well. I was at 60 FPS the whole time. I had no issues whatsoever. But it was a little bit later on in the game that it starts going down a little bit. I don't mind if it dips in the campaign. The campaign's meant to be cool. It's an AI experience. You're there for the story. I don't really care if it's solid 60 all the time, but it is becoming a problem. So I would upgrade my graphics card if you could buy any, so I'm stuck here. And I think I died probably 3 or 4 times here, and it's mostly just because I didn't know there were so many enemies above me, and there's going to be a lot of these brutes and a lot of these grunts. And the Mangler is such an odd weapon for me. Even online, like on multiplayer, sometimes I feel like I love this weapon, and other times I feel like I hate it. And it really just feels like if you shoot at their chest, you get a headshot. So I don't really know. The melee is extremely strong because it has a blade on it, so be sure to use that. And the plasma pistol is good against shields and not a whole lot else. And it is, thankfully, again, good against jackal shields. So we'll be seeing that later on. Then there's going to be a little bit of a stronghold there on our right side. I think there's a turret that someone's in. I might have killed him with my grenade. And grenades they feel deadly in this game. They were like equivalent to Halo 2 grenades. I mean, a lot of other Halo games, I feel like I didn't really pay attention to them, but in this one, stay far away from grenades, and that's really what most of my deaths have been. It's just someone threw a random grenade and I didn't know it was there and it blew up and it killed me. So stay far, far away from grenades, but also use them. You're going to pick up tons of grenades and just chuck them at the enemies and you'll take out tons of them. So the rest of this video I'm just going to let play out. It's a pretty cool sort of cinematic view. I'm going to let that show itself off, and then I'll continue on the walkthrough in part 2 and see what else Halo Infinite has in store for us.
Soon, the banished will stand victorious. Patriarchs, hear these words. Even from beyond this life, your will is served. forces occupy the ring. Within hours, it will be under our control. Humanity will cower before your legacy. They will burn. Their brazen defiance will be all but a memory.
We have a new problem.
We? We need to get out of here.
I'm working on it.
Work faster. These Pelicans nearly on board and the power's still out. Don't let them get me.
It's locked down. Requires a hack.
Okay. And you can do that?
No. New plan. Scuttle the ship.
You are going to destroy this ship? With us in it? I'm going to die here.
There are cooling pipes running towards the main engines.
So?
I'm gonna warm things up.
Did it work? Nothing seemed to happen.
I'm not done yet.
Well, hurry. I can see them. Brutes. The little things. All waiting. Don't let them get me, please.
Get ready.
Okay. Fire up those engines, Chief. Maybe we'll survive.
Report. The Spartan. No. Something better. The Master Chief returns. We thought you dead, tossed into the void. Yet here you stand. Humans call you their savior. Covenant, demon, It matters not. The banished will hunt you down, pursue you wherever you run.
Who is that? Do you know him?
No.
Well, he knows you. He knows all about you. You need to hurry and get back here. I don't know how long this ship will hold together. Charging, slowly. Okay, so 90 seconds till full charge. I hope this place holds together that long. Charge faster! Chief, you still with me?
I'm here.
Okay, give me a second. I'm coming to get you.